Hello and welcome to Roving Report, a program that gives you an overview of the developments in India's northeast region. I'm your host Lumpa Vishum, and the highlights of today's program are: people in border areas welcome Indo-Bangladesh land boundary bill. Two young scientists from Johor to participate in international science competition. Education fair in Guwahati helps students to choose their favorite courses. Marycom Regional Boxing Foundation honed the talent of budding boxers in Manipur. Young fashion designers showcased ethnic Manipuri designs. The Parliament has passed a constitutional amendment bill to operationalize the Land Boundary Agreement (LBA) with Bangladesh and the exchange of certain enclaves of land between the two countries. The LBA has put the India-Bangladesh relations on a higher trajectory.
The ratification of the Land Boundary Agreement of 1974 is warmly welcomed both in India and Bangladesh. The bill seeks to pave the way for land exchange with Bangladesh in 4 of India's eastern and northeastern states, including West Bengal, Tripura, Meghalaya and Assam. Once the Indo-Bangladesh border gets redrawn, India will transfer 111 enclaves measuring 17,160.63 acres to Bangladesh and receive 51 enclaves measuring 7,110.2 acres. In Assam, India will be getting 470 acres of land from the neighbouring country, while 268 acres would go to Bangladesh.
Today was the historic day when the Parliament passed the Act which is for exchange of land and in possession of India and Bangladesh. A great historic moment for the country when this issue has been settled in Parliament.
It's a great day for us and we look forward to this. We are very thankful to the people of India, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Foreign External Videsh Mantri Sushma ji, because everybody has chipped in and we are very happy that we can take our cooperation to new level.
The Tripura government expressed its satisfaction over the passing of the Land Boundary Agreement by Parliament as it would solve disputed land problems with Bangladesh.
কিন্তু মুহুরীচর আর চন্দননগর এই দুটো বিষয় ছিল। তো চন্দননগরের উপরে আমাদের যে দাবি ছিল আমরা কাগজপত্র সব নিয়ে হাজির হয়েছি, ওরা চন্দননগর ছেড়ে দিয়েছে। এটা আমাদের পক্ষে, কারণ ফ্যামিলিগুলি আমাদেরই ভারতীয়রাই, তারা ছিল চাষাবাদ করতো, কিছু জমি ছিল। আর মুহুরীচরের ক্ষেত্রে তারা নানা প্রশ্ন তুলছিল আলোচনার সময়, বা আমাদের কেন্দ্রীয় সরকারের প্রতিনিধিরা যখন আসছে তারাও নানাভাবে আমাদের যাচাই করার চেষ্টা করছে বিভিন্ন সময়। তারপরে দুই দেশের প্রতিনিধিরাও বিভিন্ন বিষয়ে আলোচনা তুলছে। ওরা বলছে ফ্রেশ আউটলুক থেকে সমগ্র বিষয়টাকে দেখতে হবে, এবং এটা আমরা বুঝি গিভ অ্যান্ড টেক না হলে এটা চিরদিনের সমস্যা হতো না। সবটাই আমরা পেয়ে যাব আর তারা সবটা দিয়ে দেবে, এটা হলে যাই আছে এটাই থাকবে, কোনোদিনই সমাধান হবে না।
People living in disputed villages alongside the international border have welcomed the Land Boundary Agreement. Villagers of Chandannagar in Tripura's remotest Dhalai district are happy as their decades-old uncertainty of nationality will soon came to an end. With the new border agreement, Chandannagar will be part of India.
আমরা তো জায়গা জমি সব তারের ভিতরে, আমরা বহু সম্মুখীন হয়েছি এই জায়গা সম্পত্তি করতে গিয়ে। বিএসএফ পেরিয়ে আমরা এন্ট্রি করে কাট এরপরে যাই গিয়া জায়গা জমি করি, জায়গা জমি করে লয়া এর মধ্যেও বাংলা আগে নিয়ে যাইতো, তখন তো আমরা নিরাপদ হয়েছে। আমরা ভারত মাটি পাইয়া আমরা খুব খুশি, খুব আনন্দে এখন আছি।
With the settlement of border with Bangladesh, It will enable India to fence the porous border and solve the problem of infiltration from across the border. India and Bangladesh are expected to sign the land boundary agreement during the proposed visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Dhaka early next month.
Next, we meet two young scientists from Assam's Jorhat city who have qualified for the world's largest international pre-college science competition to be held at Pittsburgh.
Vidisha Gugoi, a student of Balya Bhavan, and Dimpy Dury, a student of Namdyuri Higher Secondary School, have qualified for Inter-International Science and Engineering Fair to be held at Pittsburgh in the United States from May 15th to May 22nd. Around 1,600 students from 70 countries, including 30 from India, will participate in the fair. They were selected by the Indo-US Science and Technology Forum after they presented their innovative projects at the IRIS National Fair 2014 at Ahmedabad in December 2014. While Vidisha's model is an energy-efficient device to cook rice cakes, Dimpy has created wicks for lamps from betel nut fibers which consume less oil compared to cotton wicks.
हम लोगों ने पहले जोरहाट डिस्ट्रिक्ट के मरियनी में गए थे, वहाँ पर सिलेक्ट होकर धमाजी में गए थे, फिर धमाजी में सिलेक्ट होकर भोपाल गए थे, भोपाल में सिलेक्ट होकर जम्मू कश्मीर गए थे, फिर हम लोग 2014 में अहमदाबाद गए थे, उससे सिलेक्ट होकर हम अभी अमेरिका जाने वाले हैं।
मैं अहोमले गौरव कঢ়িয়াই আনিব পাৰিছো। এয়া আমাৰ অসমৰ কাৰণে গৌৰৱৰ কথা। অসমৰ মানুহে ইমানখিনি যে আগবাঢ়িব পাৰিব হেয়া কিজানি বাহিৰৰ মানে চিন্তা কৰিব পাৰিছে। এতিয়া অসমলে এনেদৰে যাতে আগলৈ আহি থাকে হেয়া ভাবিছো মই।
The two of them were recently felicitated by the Jorhat Science Center and Planetarium in presence of locals, teachers and scientists. Both of them had earlier participated in the National Children's Science Congress held in Bhopal in 2013 and were among 20 shortlisted students to get an opportunity to work under top Indian scientists.
It's a very good news for Jorhat and Assam and the entire northeastern region, because there are younger generations we are generally trying to encourage or invite the students to participate in the National Children's Science Congress.
Youngsters from the Northeast region have shown mettle in various fields and made the country proud a number of times. These young talented girls will inspire the other children in the region to develop interest in science and contribute towards the betterment of the society through useful innovations. Let us now take a look at some of the events that made news in the Northeast recently. On May 9th, 4 NDFBS militants were arrested in an operation by security forces in Assam's Sonitpur district. An AK-56 rifle, 4 magazines, 37 rounds of live ammunition, 2 hand grenades and 3 mobile phones were seized from the militants. Manipur Chief Minister Okram Ibobi Singh launched 3 insurance and pension schemes to benefit the poor people. The schemes are Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana and Atal Pension Yojana. In Guwahati, the Information and Broadcasting Minister for State, Rajyavardhan Rathore, inaugurated the Prime Minister Insurance Scheme and Atal Pension Scheme as a part of nationwide inauguration of the new central schemes.
This is one of the very interesting scheme in my opinion, and I am the account holder of MSCB, Manipur State Cooperative Bank, and as everybody knows that this is very important scheme of Prime Minister's side, and I hope it will be benefited to all the public, maybe the poor person, maybe the richest person, maybe the employee, maybe the unemployed, but this benefit will be getting to all the people.
The 154th birth anniversary of Rabindranath Tagore was celebrated at the open auditorium of Rabindra Centenary Hall in Tripura. The event was organized by Chandal Neer, a socio-cultural organization. The young artist performed songs, dances and recitation from his works. A painting competition on Tagore and his work was also held to mark the event.
On May 8th, the Indian Red Cross Society Nagaland State Branch observed World Red Cross Day on the theme Our Principles in Action at Red Cross Complex in Dimapur. Red Cross Society is a humanitarian organization that assists world's most vulnerable people in times of disasters, wars and conflicts. On the occasion, children presented special songs and a video clip on 7 fundamental principles and international humanitarian law was also screened. A blood donation camp was held at Guwahati Medical College on the occasion of World Thalassemia Day. The objective was to create awareness about blood donation and collect blood for the needy.
We organized this blood camp from the Office of Superintendent, and I myself have donated as a part of awareness. And in this blood camp, so many organizations have donated blood, and our doctors, students, staff, nurses, then the 108 guys, then the NDRF, CRPF, SDRF, so everybody have donated blood. So it is arranged to create mass awareness among the public and people.
On May 11th, the first regional consultation meeting of the subgroup of Chief Ministers on skill development was held at the State Convention Centre in Shillong. The meeting was led by Punjab Chief Minister Prakash Singh Badal. The members examined the private sector's participation in skill development and also suggested ways for improving its partnership in curriculum development, delivering mechanism, pedagogy, certification, trainer attachment, apprenticeship training and financing. A group of teachers from Mumbai visited Nagaland as part of a people-to-people program for national integration. They were welcomed by the state governor P.B. Acharya. Educationalists, intellectuals and members of the business community of Dimapur district attended the reception. With the aim to strengthen emotional integration and bond between the people of various areas of the region through education, the 13 guest teachers were in the state as a result of motivation triggered by the Indian National Fellowship Centre, an NGO based in Maharashtra which works for Northeast India.
Universities and educational institutions from across the country lured the students from the Northeast at an education fair in Guwahati. The 2-day event was helpful for the students to take admission at university of their choice. We have a report.
Some of the country's top universities and institutions headed to Guwahati city to enroll Northeast students. The 2-day-long education fair held at the TRP Indoor Stadium attracted a large number of students and parents seeking career guidance. Institutes and universities from different states like Rajasthan, Goa, Kolkata, Punjab, Bangalore, Delhi and Shillong set up their stalls at the fair. The fair was organized by the Linchpin Group, which provided a good platform for the students to keep themselves updated about the latest courses and careers.
We are very happy to be part of this one of the finest education fair in Northeast, Assam Duty Education Fair. I think it's 11 editions of this education fair, and we are very happy to be a part of as a co-host of the event. And I like to congratulate the organizer to conducting this kind of fair here, and also this is a very good platform for even all the students of Guwahati and Northeast to choose their bright futures.
The students got a chance to interact with the representatives of institutions from all over India and got to know about the prospects of different courses like MBBS, MBA, Engineering, MCA, BTech, Marketing and Hospitality Management, etc.
In this fair especially they are looking for BTech only. Many students come for BTech and some paramedical courses and all. But BTech is doing good.
We did a market survey and we found that Northeast is a very potential market for hospitality management. We got to understand from the survey that a lot of students from Northeast are interested in pursuing hospitality as their career goal.
Youth is a major force whose energy needs to be channelized properly for the development of the region. Opportunities like these provide a platform to the students to assess their interest and opt for a right career.
There is no dearth of sporting talent in the Northeast. In order to tap the potential and groom budding boxers, the Maricom Regional Boxing Foundation in Imphal has been playing a major role. Take a look.
These budding boxers are undergoing rigorous training at the Maricom Regional Boxing Foundation in Imphal. Founded in 2006 at Langol by Olympic medalist and 6-time World Boxing Champion MC Maricom, the foundation aims to tap the potential of underprivileged but talented youth from the state and groom them into world champions. Around 35 boys and girls from different parts of the Northeast are currently undergoing training at the academy. Affiliated to Manipur Amateur Boxing Association, the foundation provides free training, boarding, lodging and other expenses for the students.
Because I want to become a player, a well-known player like Army. One of my uncle, he's a kickboxing player. She told me to join here, and I joined.
Maricom herself borne the entire expenses besides the help received from trustees, local government support and contributions from well-wishers and SAI extension scheme in the recent years. The construction work is on to expand the academy and provide indoor training facilities to the students. The land has been allotted by the state government. The Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports has also provided financial support to the academy for construction of a gymnasium hall and procurement of various equipments. The players from the academy have been performing quite well at state and national level boxing events.
State goal over goal over koi tariat lamuti lay. Ado national da medal silver, bronze, gold. Sena national da bronze medalist ani lay.
Youth in the Northeast are naturally inclined towards sports and provided with the right amount of training and guidance so that they could bring accolades for the country. The Maricom Regional Boxing Foundation is a step in that direction and will eventually help in producing players who can compete at the international level.
Left, right, The young fashion designers in Manipur are using the ethnical designs in their creative work with an aim to promote the state's rich tradition and ethnicity. Today we take you to one such event in Imphal.
Dressed in traditional Manipuri dresses, these models walked down the ramp in Imphal. Walk Till You Die was the theme of the second edition of Ethnical Fashion Show. The event was organized by RAVA with an aim to promote the local talent in the state. A total of 8 Manipuri designers showcased the fusion of ethnic and modern outfits. The collections include bridal attires, handloom outfits, modern designs and ready-to-wear casual garments.
Initiative to those who are interested, who are inspired to want to work in the field of fashion industry. But in comparison with national level, we are just in the initial phase. If we are working hard and sure that we can be compete with the national level.
My inspiration is I want to become a professional model.
Songs and other cultural programs were also performed during the event. Linda Nikhayu, a young singer, enthralled the audience with her lively performance. Later, young folk singer Rosie Yomnam also entertained the crowd with her special numbers.
I feel very exciting as I'm able to be a part of this ethical fashion event, and I participate in lots that have took place before. But yeah, this will be some, I don't know, this will be really exciting.
Many talented fashion designers from the Northeast are working in metro across the country and abroad. Opportunities are immense for budding designers and models from the region.
With that, we have come to the end of this episode of Roving Report. Do connect with us through our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter at AnyIndia_ANI. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to get latest news updates from the Northeast. I'm your host Lumpim signing off. Goodbye and take care.